Coach T podcast, and the NFL show is presented by Turner Sports Training, TST.
Go, go, go!
Ladies and gentlemen!
Yeah. Hey. You know what time it is? Yeah. You know what time it is? Some people are probably like, what time is it? You know what time it is.
It's showtime!
Yo, the good people out there that are now listening, you are listening to the Coach T NFL show with Kyle, with Hicks. Fellas, how you guys doing?
Hey, my man, doing real well. How you guys feeling?
I'm doing good, feeling good. My Eagles clinched, so I'm feeling real good. But other than that, man, you know, taking it, just got done with the holidays and the New Year, so feeling great. How was y'all's New Year?
New Year's was wonderful, man. New Year's was great. Family was, honestly, it was just me, my wife, and my son, bro. So New Year's was good. We took it in all together. Did the little family photo, you know what I mean? Did the little champagne, you know. Once the clock struck a certain time, me and my wife, we did that. Hey, we made my wife did it. I helped. I was a sous chef. We did steak and lobster, y'all.
Ooh.
Steak and lobster. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, sir. It was real good with a little Old Bay seasoning. Y'all ever use Old Bay seasoning?
I love Old Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
Oh man, bro. Y'all gotta put me on early. The Old Bay that's where it's at. So we did that, man. It was a wonderful New Year's. How about you guys?
Yeah, it was doing real well. Basically the same. It was just, me and the girl as well. Just kind of hung out, saw a little bit of the family. Did the whole kiss at midnight thing. It was great. But my New Year's, it was obviously real short. Obviously the Colts lost on Sunday, but it's really put me in a dark place this New Year's. But we're gonna get out of it. We're gonna get the dub in Duval County, and I'm gonna feel a lot better.
That's an automatic dub, man.
Hey, I don't know, man. We'll talk about it here soon, but it hasn't looked pretty for us in Duval for a while.
Trust me, Duval is not a scary place when you got Trevor Lawrence at the helm, and whoever the coach is. Now I don't even know who their coach is. Like you guys ever heard the Nick Van Axel story when he played for the Lakers? How they were getting swept. I think they were down 3-0 in a playoff series, and they broke the huddle and said 1, 2, 3 Cancun. Like, I think they gonna break down the Jags every time they break down in the team meeting, on the field, during the game, post game. They gonna say 1, 2, 3 Cancun because they can't wait to get up out of there.
That's
Legit. All right, Hicks, you talk about your New Year's?
I do.
Hicks, you're muted.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea how I got muted. But anyways, but yeah, I went around to a couple different spots. I got some homies who are DJs. I made a little pop in here and there. Did my little thing. Had a good time. Got home and was pretty safe and everything like that. So it's all good.
Good, man. Well, everyone's safe. That's always the most important thing for the New Year's, man. They say New Year's is not to be somber, but it's one of the more dangerous nights that we have all year, drunk driving and all that. So, not to make it too somber, but I know how crazy New Year's can be. So honestly, the new flow, if you're able to stay in for New Year's, honestly, especially with Coco going out, running rampant with the COVID, like if you're able to stay in, I know you popped out a little bit, Hicks, saw some people, but it's not really like what it used to be, y'all. Like, you can't just be out there willy-nilly now. So it's kind of cool to kind of do like the home deal or stay close home, maybe go to a spot or two, a bar or two, or, a place or two, and kick it and go right back to the crib. Because seemingly, you don't want to be out too long for New Year's. So, dope, man. Well, I'm glad you guys are safe. I'm glad we had fun. And now 2022 is here, man. And with January being here, the new year, that means that playoffs are right around the corner for the NFL. We have week 17 this week, which is kind of weird to say. No, this is week 18. Week 18, yes. Week 18, the 17th game for all these teams. So Week 18, we are here. Playoffs, like we said, are right around the corners. I think we get right into the games. We don't even have to waste any time. We have 2 Saturday games, and then we got a full slate Sunday. No Monday night game. So this is real cool to see. So first game we'll talk about, we're gonna go to Denver. We have the Kansas City Chiefs, and again, this is a Saturday game, January 8th. This is a 3:30 kickoff. 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern. Kansas City Chiefs are visiting the Denver Broncos. Chiefs, they are 10-point favorites. 44 is the over-under. Some trends here. I got it right here. Kansas City, in their last 5 games against Denver, they won all 5. And actually, in their last 5 games on the road in Denver, they're 5-0 against the spread. The total has gone under in 6 of Denver's last 7 games when they play Kansas City, as well as the total has gone under in 8 of Denver's last 10 games overall this season. Fellas, let's pick the winner. Hicks, you started last week, so Kyle, I'll allow you to start this week. Pick the winner.
This week, Chiefs have clinched. You know everyone's going to be sinning. Denver's getting the dub today. Or this day, I should say.
Yeah, I think nobody's going to play for Kansas City. They're good to go. But I think Kansas City still wins.
Weird. That's weird.
I think Kansas City still wins. Yeah, exactly. So I think Kansas City still wins this game. And even though they're not really needed to win it. So I'm going to go KC.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Hicks. If Denver was like a slight favorite, it was like a pick 'em, or like Denver was like +2 at home. Like, okay, I can see that. But the fact that Chiefs are still, maybe I'm just a sheep. Like, maybe I'm just Joe Public. But I see the Chiefs as 10-point favorites. That tells me that somebody going to be in for them that can ball out. It may not be Patrick Mahomes, but somebody out there going to be able to play for him and get this win for him. So, and again, Kansas City, yes, they have it wrapped up, but they've been playing. They've been the hottest team, and I was down on them early in the year. But they've been the hottest team in football. I think they want to continue that momentum. So I think they have incentive to win this game. Long story short, so Chiefs win this matchup. Next Saturday game, we have a nice little rivalry, Hicks. Here we go. This for you. We have the Dallas Cowboys visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. Cowboys, they are a touchdown favorite on the road in Philadelphia. 42.5 is the over-under. This is a 8:15 Eastern kickoff. Dallas, in their last 8 games on the road, they are 7-1 against the spread. Philadelphia, in their last 7 games overall, they have won 6 of them. And then the total has gone under in 5 of Dallas's last 5 road games. However, the total has gone over in 5 of the last 6 home games for the Eagles. Fellas, let's pick the winner.
Hey, this one's going to be a really tough one. The Eagles, they've been playing really good ball. I do think with, obviously Dallas already in there, they might send some guys too. So it wouldn't really surprise me if the Eagles win this one. Saying that, it is still a divisional matchup. And it's really would just be for pride. I know Jerry Jones hates losing to the Eagles if it ever happens. But I'm gonna go with the Eagles, honestly. Even if Dallas didn't send a lot of guys, I don't know. I feel like this is one that Philadelphia can steal in this last week. Maybe clinching, getting themselves into playoffs.
I'm gonna go Eagles too, just on the strength that I think both teams will honestly rest a lot of players because the Eagles' placement doesn't matter as much, the 6th spot or the 7th spot or whatever, and then Dallas having clinched the division, it doesn't matter for them either. The difference being, the Eagles have Gardner Minshew as the backup. Like we still, we still got a couple, and we have a lot of different running backs. Like Jordan Howard used to play at IU. He's still going to get reps no matter what.
Who's yours?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of different players who are. I don't know what you would call them. They're kind of like scrappy, different guys on the Eagles who will still play regardless of if we sit the main guys. So I'm going to go Philly too.
All right. This probably would have helped if I did this earlier, but let's just see. Let me search this. Bada bing, bada boom. Philadelphia. Okay. Playoff berth. They have clinched. Yep. You guys said it. Dallas, I think same thing. And I don't think either of these teams can move up, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, so Dallas NFC East division title has been clinched. All right, and then wild card spot for Philadelphia has been clinched. It just depends on who their matchup is going to be. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, with this game, I actually do like the Eagles against the number. It's they're 7-point dogs at home. Made a good point. I mean, Gardner Minshew as a backup is a pretty darn good backup, man. It's hard to find those guys. The fact that you can have a backup guy that was a starter early on in his career, and I think has potential to be a starter at some point in time again in his career, that always helps. Cowboys didn't look great last week. I know Kyler he hasn't lost in Dallas, I don't think, in his entire life. And the Cardinals needed a win last week, and they got that much needed win. But Cowboys at home, and they laid an egg. I think this is a bounce back spot for the Cowboys. And I'm actually going to hedge this. Cowboys win this matchup. I'm so scared of that because I feel like the Eagles could definitely win it. No, actually, I'll take that back. I got the Eagles covering and I got the Eagles winning. Yeah, I'm riding that. Let's do that. All right, Sunday. Let's do this. January 9th. We have our 12 o'clock slate. Let's try to make these quick. Big Ben, man, that was an emotional game last week, and it's potentially his last home game. Now this could potentially be his last road game. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, they are 5.5-point favorites at home. 42 is the over/under. Where are we at? All right, cool. Baltimore in their last 11 games at home, they are 8-3 against the spread, and they're 8-3 straight up. The total has gone under in 5 of Pittsburgh's last 7 games on the road in Baltimore. However, the total has gone over in 4 of the Pittsburgh's last 5 road games overall. Fellas, let's pick the winner.
Yeah, so like you said, very emotional game for Big Ben. Getting the win, up in Heinz Field. Congrats to him. You can give a nice little clap there. Saying that, I don't think it really ends well. I think the Ravens get this dub. I think last week was honestly almost a fairy tale ending. That if that was normally, it just felt like the last game of the year for him. Saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out, gets a dub, to go ahead and finish his career. But I've seen a lot of greats kind of go out with the loss. I think he might be one of them. So I'm gonna go Ravens on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Before you go, Hicks, potential for the Steelers to make the playoffs. They need a lot. The Steelers clinch a playoff berth they have to win, of course. They need the Colts to lose. Plus, they need to make sure the Las Vegas Raiders and the LA Chargers game does not end in a tie. Very random, but yes. So Pittsburgh needs to win. They need the Colts to lose. And the Vegas versus LA Chargers game cannot end in a tie. If all that happens, Steelers make the playoffs. And for the Ravens here, for them to make the playoffs, they obviously have to win. They need the Chargers to lose, they need Indy to lose, and they need Miami to lose or tie. So keep that in mind. Hicks, who you got?
Whew, that's pretty deep. But
yeah.
I actually think that this is going to sound crazy just because of how this has almost nothing to do with the Steelers. Well, the Steelers are, y'all know, I think they're a good organization and everything, but I just think that, first of all, also, I don't know if Lamar Jackson is playing, how good the Ravens are just banged up. So, and the Steelers kind of having the chance for Big Ben to win and still get in the playoffs. I could see that happening. And unfortunately, like, the Colts will probably have a close game with the Jags. So I'm going to go Steelers.
Yeah, speaking of Lamar Jackson, he is questionable with the ankle injury. He practiced a little bit last week, but it was, not high contact last week, of course. He did miss that game last week, and he's questionable here. If I put my money on it, I think he plays, unless they just feel like they don't have a great chance to make playoffs. And again, this is a 12 o'clock game, so let me see. And they do this on purpose. There are a lot of 12 o'clock games. And I say 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock Eastern. That way teams don't, sit or rest guys, understanding, what their situation is. They want all these teams playing at once, so none of them none of them they're playing their games while they're other teams are playing, so they don't get a leg up there in terms of playoff bursts. So I will say Baltimore here again. They need to win. They need the Chargers to lose. They need Colts to lose, and they need Miami to lose. Colts play at 12. Miami plays later that they play in the afternoon, and then let me see. LA Chargers play, and the Chargers play the night game. So the Ravens really won't have any opportunity. So I think that Lamar plays this game. This is the divisional game, of course, between these two teams. Steelers have the worst rush defense in football, and that doesn't work well. Even with the banged up Ravens, that doesn't work well with what the Ravens love to do and what seemingly they can only do. So I'm going to take Ravens here, and I'm going to take Ravens to cover this number. And I think Steelers, they will be going home, not in the playoffs, but they will go home with another season of over 500, which Mike Tomlin's 15 years straight being 500 or above. And then my boy Big Ben, he'll leave his legacy as he never had a losing season in all of his years, which is mighty impressive. So I'm going Ravens here, and I think this will be Big Ben's last game. Farewell to you, Big Ben. Next matchup we have, which is also a 1 o'clock game. I'll try to rip through these. We have Cincy versus the Browns. The Browns at home, I'm surprised by this. They are 3-point favorites here. Bengals, that kind of shows me that they have everything wrapped up. Total here, over under is 44 points. The total, speaking of the total, has gone over in 5 of the Bengals' last 5 games when they play against the Browns. The total has also, that's the same stat. Cincinnati, they are 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games on the road against the Browns. And the Browns in their last 7 games against Cincinnati, they are 6-1. So the last 7 games these teams have played, Cleveland has won 6 of them. However, Cincinnati has covered the number in 6 of them. Take it for what it is. Kyle, Hicks, let's pick the winner.
Yeah, so this one, if Cincinnati was smart, I mean, they just clinched the division. I don't see, especially with their injury that they've had with Joe Burrow and everything, they better not play him. All right, if they ain't playing Joe Burrow, I mean, Cincinnati's a really good team, but everyone's been saying they're one of the youngest teams in the league. And while that is really, really great for the future, typically when you have a really young team that has a lot of young starters, it means you don't got a lot of depth. So saying that, if they don't got a lot of guys playing, or even a couple guys playing, I think the Browns probably overtake this one. So I'm gonna go Browns on this one.
Yeah, Cincinnati, for them, they already have they've already clinched their division, but they actually clinched the number 1 seed and only first round bye and home field advantage if, this is a lot, Tennessee loses, KC loses, Buffalo wins, or Tennessee loses, KC loses, and New England loses. So yeah, I think maybe they bank on the fact that not all that stuff happens perfectly, and I think they sit Joey B.
Yeah, I think Browns, even though, man, Baker Mayfield looked terrible last week, they was talking trash to him. TJ Watt was talking trash to him. But yeah, Browns look terrible. Bengals look excellent, but they're not going to play anybody. Let's go Browns.
See if I can find, I don't know why I can't. Let me see, Cleveland. Are you kidding me? I guess Cleveland has no shot to make playoffs because I can't even find them on the sheet. All right, yeah, Cleveland, it's funny because I don't think Joe Burrow is going to play, but Cleveland is still only just a 3-point favorite with Vegas knowing that. So I kind of want to take Cincinnati, and the fact that in 6 of the last 7 games, the Bengals have covered. But in those 7 games, the Browns have won 6 of them. So I'm going to side with Vegas here. I'm going to say Browns win this game because Bengals necessarily do not need it. And I think for the Browns, man, I mean, it was a year that's been up and down. There's been a lot of turmoil, a lot of drama. And I think potentially this is Baker Mayfield's last game for the Browns. So go figure, guys. But I got Browns winning this matchup. All right, next one, we have the Washington football team who will debut their new name and logo the 2nd of February. So if you're looking for that, that news is coming up, man. So shout out to them, I guess. So we have the Washington football team, 6.5-point favorites on the road against the Giants, who look absolutely terrible against the Bears last week. 38.5 is the over under. For this game, we have some trends. We have a lot of unders. The total has gone under in 15 of the last 18 games when Washington plays the Giants in New York or in New Jersey. The total has gone under in 8 of Washington's last 11 games overall. It also has gone under in 10 of the Giants' last 11 games at home. The Giants, however, they are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games when they play Washington. And in terms of playoffs, I don't think any of these teams can make the playoffs. No, I'm not even going to waste you guys' time. So this is really a meaningless game. So, fellas, let's pick the winner.
I think the Washington football team are going to get the win on their last game as the Washington football team. And then once they get their name, they will become a dumpster fire. That's just for any of you future picks that want to pick out there. I think the Washington football team will probably be the best team that Washington will have for a minute.
I'm going WFT as well. Now, I think the New York season has been a WTF. But for now, I'm going to keep going with Taylor. Keep going with Taylor Heineke and the Washington football team. And I think they win this last Washington football team game as well.
Are we sure it's not Tyler Heineke?
No,
that's
Taylor.
A joke.
We're
that's
sure.
a joke. That's a joke. I'm actually going to go with Long Neck. I'm going to go with the Long Neck monster himself. I'm going to go with, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to go with Mike Glennon and Joe Judge in the New York Football Giants. Yes, they are a terrible team. They're not good. I have no reason to pick them, but last game of the year, they're at home. I don't know if you guys have watched this yet, but have you guys seen the Man in the Arena? I just saw the episode with Mike Strahan. Like, if the Giants can get some back to relevancy, I mean, that the Giants are one of those teams where they are sleeping, no pun intended, they are a sleeping giant, because if they can get back to relevancy, like, those fans are going to go crazy, and they love their football up there. So I think the Giants rally for whatever reason. They rally in this last game. The head coach, he knows he's going to be back, Joe Judge. Quarterback, I don't know if he's going to be back, but I think the GM and the head coach get one more year. So the fact that they can go out with a bang at home, I think it sweetens the deal just a little bit for their offseason in a year that has not been great for them. So I'm going with Giants here. All right, next we have the Bears against the Vikings. Vikings at home, they are 2.5-point favorites. 44.5 is the over/under. Come on, why can't I get this on time? Here we go. Chicago, in their last 7 games against Minnesota, they won 5 of them. The total has gone under in 14 of Minnesota's last 20 games when they play the Bears. However, the total has gone over in 6 of Minnesota's last 7 games overall. I don't think either of these teams. Oh, maybe Vikings. Let me see. Minnesota. Maybe you guys can. I don't think Minnesota can make the playoffs either. Maybe I'm just tripping. But I'll look that up as you guys talk. Let's
Minnesota got eliminated by Green Bay winning.
Okay, there you go. So another meaningless game.
Yeah, so in this one, I'm going to go with the... this one's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Vikings. I don't think the Bears have enough. There's no... Maybe they get a dub and somewhat can have some type of argument for Nagy. I think they lose this game, and it's going to be the last game that Nagy coaches in Chicago.
Bye-bye, Nags. Vikings win.
Bye-bye, Nags. Yeah, I don't think the Bears get a win in Nagy's last game. So I hate to do this, but three-headed monster, we're all taking the Vikings. So I'm rolling with it. Let's go Vikes. Next game, we have the Tennessee Titans against the Texans. The T's versus the T's. The first T, the Titans, they are 10.5-point favorites here. 43 is the over/under. The Houston Texans can make the playoffs if every team in the NFL loses. That was a joke. They cannot make the playoffs. Tennessee, they have already clinched. I think maybe Tennessee has a chance at home field advantage. I don't want to speak too soon. No, they AFC South division title, they have clinched, but they cannot move up. So Tennessee, again, they have nothing to really gain in this game, besides another win in the win column in the record books. Texans, they really have nothing to lose here unless you're talking a draft spot. So any trends here, anything worthwhile? Let's see. So the total has gone over in 5 of Houston's last 5 games when they play at home against Tennessee. However, the total has gone under in 5 of Tennessee's last 6 games. In Houston, in their last 7 games at home against Tennessee, they are 6-1 against the spread. So go figure. Fellas, let's pick the winner.
Yeah, so actually, I think right now, Terrence, the Titans can't move up because I actually do believe they are number 1 in the AFC right now.
Oh, so you rag on me for my Seahawks Super Bowl pick. Yeah, the team in the AFC that I said is going to make the Super Bowl, the Tennessee Titans, even though they lost their MVP caliber running back, they haven't missed a beat, and they could potentially make the Super Bowl. We're not talking about that, man. They whisper your success and they scream out your failures, man. That's how it goes.
Listen, okay. The Titans are still the Titans, okay? They can get the first round bye all they want. They're probably going to lose first round anyway, win their first game. But they decided. That's just me being a hater Colts fan. I do still think that the even sitting guys, I mean, Texans are just the Texans. I got to pick the Titans still to win this game.
Oh man, Davis Mills.
You know what? Texans all day. I'm changing it. Texans. You know what? You're right. I'm going to Texans.
You jinxed it. Now.
Probably, but
I was gonna say Davis Mills is probably gonna give them some trouble, but I'm still gonna go with the Titans.
All right. That's okay. That's fine.
All right. So I split the vote. Man. See, it's tricky because I don't know who's going to be playing in this game for the Titans mainly. If Tannehill's in the game, I'm going Titans. If he's not, I don't even know where their backup is. Who's their backup? Probably Chad Henne. He probably still getting checks somehow, some way. This is tough. Yeah, I'm going with Titans because again, they are my team in the AFC that I picked to represent for the Super Bowl. And I think they want to continue momentum. This is a lot like the Chiefs game we talked about earlier. I just think the Titans are a better team, and I think they want to continue their momentum. And Mike Vrabel is not a coach that wants to add any extra losses to his loss column. So, give me the Titans. They do not cover this game. Let me tell you guys that they will not cover this game, but they win in the nail biter. All right, Colts. Your Colts, Kyle, they are 15.5-point favorites. That makes sense against the lowly Jacksonville Jaguars. What could go wrong here? 44 is the over/under. Some trends here. Indianapolis, they are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 road games. The Colts, they are also 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games on the road. Jacksonville in their last 5 games at home against the Colts. Wow, they are 5-0 against the spread, and they are 5-0 straight up.
I told you.
But again, what could go wrong here? What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
The only word that can really describe my feeling is petrified. Okay, I am petrified of this game because this game is, again, like you said, the trend show. We never play good in Jacksonville. I don't know what it is. They beat us last 5 times. We haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014. That was Andrew Luck, man. I mean, yes, it's tough. It scares the crap out of me. Now, saying that, we're supposed to win this game. I'm going to pick the Colts. I think anyone who doesn't pick the Colts, I mean, we might have to talk a little bit, but it would not surprise me. I mean, but we just
Super Bowl.
Hey, the Colts have so much to play for. We got Hard Knocks going. Like, we can't lose to the Jags on Hard Knocks. Like, come on, man. Colts all day. Colts Nation, man. I
will say the Colts do not have to win this game to make the playoffs. If they tie, look, so they don't technically have to win as long as they don't lose this game. They can end it in tie. They make the playoffs. So we got something for you. Right, 2 out of 3, they make the playoffs. Hicks, what you got?
Oh man, that's a horrible thing. But it's just tough, man. The Colts, man, and the Jags, the AFC South, they always got these weird teams that they just like bite at each other. So, but I gotta believe after taking that tough loss to the Cardinals,
what could go wrong?
Jonathan Taylor's not. Darius Leonard isn't. None of them. I'm going Colts.
Man.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Man.
I swear to God, don't you do it.
Because you know these are teams that I randomly pick and they randomly win the game.
Parents, I swear to God,
we'll never be able to coach again after this.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Listen. I'm not going to go against you because I like you too much. All right. So the Colts tie in this matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
What?
I don't know what the odds would be. This will end in a tie, and the Colts still make the playoffs without actually technically beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. So give me the Colts and the Jags to tie in this matchup. That's got to be like that's got to be like 1,000,000 to 1 odds.
I'm literally looking up the odds right now.
Please do.
Typically ties are like plus 1,500 or something like that.
And this team is more than a 2-touchdown favorite. I got a tie in this matchup. Let's go.
I'm gonna find this out for you real quick here.
That's a cheat because I'm not going against your team technically. They can still make the playoffs if they tie.
You're
right. But you know I want to take the Jags. You know it. You know I want to take the Jags. Bad. I'm going to let them look that up. Next game involves my team. The last 1 o'clock Eastern game. This is the Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions. There is no line on this game that I can find. Jeez, I don't know why I can't find that. That's weird. But in this matchup, what do we have? We have these two teams, and here are the trends. Green Bay in their last 5 games, they won all 5. In their last 5 games against Detroit, they've won all 5. Detroit, however, in their last 5 games at home against Green Bay, and now a lot of this had to do with Matt Stafford, they are 4-1 against the spread. Matt Stafford is no longer there. Jared Goff didn't play last week. I think we had Tim Boyle. It was absolutely terrible. But Detroit in their last 9 games against Green Bay overall, they're 7-2 against the spread. So we're pretty good against the spread. We just don't beat the Green Bay Packers, but I guess we play them tough in theory. But with that being said, fellas, let's pick the winner.
Yeah, so real quick, FanDuel actually they don't have like a draw just as like a money line, you know, but they do have the double. At least I can't find it, but they do have the double result. And if you have like, let's say Colts win the first half and then it draws, that's plus 5,000. Jags winning the
that
first
ain't enough.
Yeah, Jags winning the first half and then ending in a draw plus 4,700. And then if you think the first half and the second half will both end in a draw, that's plus 10,000.
That ain't enough, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know?
That ain't enough. But
anyway.
Hey, fans out there, if anybody can find any place that has this game ending in a tie, please let us know the odds for that. I would be highly intrigued to see what those odds are. That would be mighty tasty. I'm telling you, this game ends in a tie. Maybe a tie after first quarter, but it's going to end in a tie somehow, some way.
Terrence, we better make the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. All right. So saying that, even if they sit everyone, obviously, I think that you know what? I'm gonna pick the Lions to beat the Packers, and let me tell you why. Because I believe if the Lions, you can check the records or check the scores. If the Lions win this game, do they still have the first overall pick? If they do not, I'm going Lions all day because it's such a Lion thing to do to win the last game and not get the first overall pick. So I'm going with the Lions.
So the Lions are 2-13-1, and the Jags, they are 2-14, and they have no ties, of course. So if everything stays how it is, the Jags have the number 1 pick.
Okay,
but it's between the Lions and the Jags to get the number 1 pick.
All right, Colts get the dub, Lions get the dub, and Lions don't have the first overall pick. That's what I got.
I agree with that. And Hicks, I know you're gonna go, but I think the Lions want to win this game because I don't think a lot of teams want the number 1 pick, especially in a draft where there's no clear cut number 1.
True.
I think having the number 1 pick this year, it actually hurts you because you got to pick the first player, and then everybody can really play off of you. I think the Lions are totally fine having a second pick and having the pressure taken off of them and having the number 1 pick. So I think the Lions want to win this game. So you already know where I'm going with that. Plus, it's my boy, so I got to rock with him. Hicks, what you going with?
Jordan Love gets him a win, goes to Detroit.
Oh,
messes
Lord have
him up.
mercy.
I'm going Packers.
Lions all day. Let's go. Let's go. Number 2 pick. We coming for you, man. Aiden Hutchinson, by the way. I think that's what we going for. All right, let's go here. What am I talking about? Let's go back to scores. Okay, afternoon games. We have the Jets versus the Bills. The Bills at home, they are 16.5-point favorites. 43.5 is the over-under for this matchup. Some of the trends we have. The total has gone over in 4 of the Jets' last 5 games on the road. The total has also gone over in 4 of the Jets' last 5 games overall. Buffalo, in their last 15 games at home, they have won 12 of them. In their last 5 games when they play the Jets, they have won 4 of them. Fellas, let's pick the winner.
Yeah, I'm going Bills. I think the Bills, even if they don't have to necessarily win this game, I just kind of feel like they do, not just for playoff picture, but obviously they got to feel a little bit more comfortable. But really just to get more in the groove. I mean, I feel like the Bills have just lost too many games that they really should not have lost. And even the ones that they did, like there was a couple in there that they got destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Including the Colts in there. But there was a lot of games. I just feel like they really need to get their connection a little better. And they really need to end this year off going into the playoffs with a really, really good dub over a bad Jets team.
Okay, so I'm going to say, I know it sounds weird. I think the Jets take it because I don't think the Bills will play. They don't have reason to play anybody. And the Jets are a decent team. They need, and the Bills have played spotty. I'm going to go Jets. I know it sounds weird. I'm going Jets.
Okay.
Yeah, Jets had a chance to, win last week. Yeah, I'm going with Bills. I'm a believer that you have. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
I'm sitting back a little bit. I'm a believer that, especially in this day and age, like where everything is so highly scrutinized, like I don't think a team, especially when they're 16.5-point favorites at home, even though they have their playoff spot and they maybe can or cannot move up, they're pretty much comfy in their seat. I don't think a coaching staff wants to lose a game like this. And this is a third instance. We had it with the Chiefs, we had it with the Titans, and now we have it with the Bills, where I'm just going with the team that should win and that has a comfy playoff spot. I think they want to continue that momentum. I don't think any team wants to go into the playoffs back it in, even though this is a quote-unquote not so bad loss if it happens. I just don't think any coach, any player, I just think it's bad karma, it's bad juju to get that loss in the last week of the season right before you head into the playoffs. So I'm going with the Bills to win this game. Again, 16.5-point favorites. Clearly Vegas feels like, they can convince people that the Bills will win big here. So I'm going with the Bills. I do not think they cover that. They barely covered last week against they did cover, so they covered, but they barely covered last week against the Falcons. I said the Bills will win, and I said the Falcons will cover. Falcons just missed that. But I think the Jets, with not a lot to play for, but they do have a young rookie quarterback. I think he'll get some quality reps here, and I think he'll make it closer than what this number has. But I'm going with Bills because I don't think they want to moonwalk, go backwards into the playoffs. So give me the Bills. Next, we have the Saints against the aforementioned Falcons. Saints on the road, they are 4.5-point favorites. 40 is the over/under. Come on, man. Here we go. Where we at? Dude, I feel like I've been doing this more and more recently. Here we go. All right, perfect. No numbers on the spreads or straight up, but a lot of unders. Under in 5 of New Orleans' last 5 games. Under in 5 of New Orleans' last 6 games when they play the Falcons. Under in 7 of Atlanta's last 8 games, and under in 5 of Atlanta's last 6 games when they play against New Orleans. Please do not take the over here.
Yeah, this is going to be a very low-scoring game, I believe. These two teams I don't think they're really good teams. The Saints obviously have had 4 different starting quarterbacks in one year. What game is this again?
This is the Antonio Brown Bowl. No, this is the Panthers versus the Buccaneers. Bucks at home. They're 8-point favorites. 41.5 is the over/under.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bucks just because even if you know Brady or they got all their starters out, I think they're just a better coached team. They got depth. I mean, they've had depth for a while, for the last 2 years now since Brady got there. Everyone's chasing Super Bowl rings there, so you know with everyone going there, I think they got a lot more depth than Carolina does. Carolina's not a good team, so I'm gonna go Bucks on this one.
Stop playing with me, guys. We're not gonna do this. It's the Bucks. I don't care who. No, not care who. What? No, but
another lame duck coach too. I think Matt Rule. I think this is his last game for the Panthers head coach. So yeah, I think so, man. I think that well is run dry, and
I mean, he had a 7-year deal, man.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind. I may have to take that back. That's a lot of money to give somebody, to pay somebody to not to coach for him. So yeah, maybe it's not the last game, but it needs to be his last game. The Panthers are bad, B-A-D-D, an extra D on that thing. They are bad. I'm going with the Buccaneers here. We don't even have to waste any extra time. Okay, next game. This is one where, you know, I know the Saints are going to be looking at this game and trying to figure out what's happening. So this is the 49ers against the LA Rams. The Rams at home, they are 4-point favorites here. 44 is the over-under. San Fran in their last 5 games against the Rams, they have won all 5. The Rams, in their last 5 games overall, they have won all 5 of those. The total has gone under in 4 of the Rams' last 5 games when they played the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, a divisional game. These two teams know each other very well. A lot of unders here, and I want to try to figure this out. Playoff berth, the Rams have obviously sealed that. And then the 49ers, let me see, 49ers who are 9-7 on the year, they clinched the playoffs with a win or a tie. So if they win, they're in. They also clinch a playoff spot if the New Orleans Saints lose, and both these games will be happening at the same time. So if Saints make the playoffs if they win and the Niners lose, the Niners make the playoffs if they simply win and or if the Saints lose. So take it for what it's worth. Here we go.
Yeah, so this one I'm actually going to pick the 49ers. I think the Rams is a team that they'll probably obviously sit people. If they sit people, I also think that they just don't have a lot of what's the word? Not necessarily chemistry, but just like gelling, especially with like OBJ and all them in there. And like, you know, there's just been a lot going on there. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I just think when you take away, you know, there's some teams that when you take away a couple players, they're okay. They can still do kind of similar things that what they've been doing. The Rams, I feel like with their offense and stuff, if you take away a couple key players, they have to change a lot of stuff. So saying that, they sit a lot of guys. I think the 49ers are going to come in there and actually get this win. Trey Lance is he's going to end this year with a pretty good win.
Oh shoot!
Hey man, I'm going Trey Lance getting that dub all the
Trey
way.
area.
Trey area. Let's get it in, and he ends it with a W.
Y'all tripping. You tripping. Yeah, I'm going with the Rams here. I know the Rams don't have much to play for. One thing they do have to play for, well, 2 things. Number 1, momentum. And then number 2, they can play spoiler to a team in their division, guys. Right? Divisional matchup. Jimmy G, if he's playing, I'm scared of the 49ers. And I'm not even that scared of Jimmy G, but he is much better right now currently than Trey Area. So if Trey Lance is playing, I definitely got the Rams. Jimmy G plays, and I definitely got the Rams as well, but I'm not feeling as confident. But for a team to be at home, to play spoiler against a divisional foe, yeah, I'm taking that team. And I can see if they were just, again, 1-point favorites at home, 2-point favorites at home. They are 4-point favorites. So they are past the key number of 3. They are past your traditional number of 3 that Vegas normally throws out with 2 even teams. So somebody feel like the Rams are, even if everybody ain't playing, they're slightly better than the 49ers. So, and again, the Rams can play spoiler. So give me the LA Rams at home to win this matchup and send the 49ers packing up north in San Francisco, California. Send them back to where they came from. Here we go now. Next, we have, I can get this matchup rolling. Ooh, we got the Pats against the Dolphins. That's always tricky for the Pats going down south. Pats against the Dolphins. Pats here on the road. They are 7-point favorites. 40 is the over-under for this matchup. The trends go as, here we go. In their last 7 games on the road, the Patriots, they have won 6 of them. Miami, in their last 5 games at home, they won all 5. Clearly, in the last 8 games, Miami, they are 7-1, and the total has gone under in 9 of New England's last 11 games on the road. Again, the total has gone under in 9 of New England's last 11 games on the road. Fellas, let's pick the winner.
So it's actually a little strange, but I'm actually gonna pick the Dolphins on this, and not even necessarily because of like what I've been saying. You know, it's week 18, so there's gonna be a lot of people sitting. Not even necessarily that. I just think the Dolphins they're on a really good win streak. They're right. They didn't win last week.
Well, they had 7 in a row and they lost last week. And I think they are out of the playoffs. I'm not seeing their name here listed.
Okay. So they're out of the playoffs, like you just said, being a whole spoiler, not necessarily spoiler of the playoffs, but just kind of like, kind of giving a little halt to the Patriots, like, okay, what's happening? And I do think, honestly, a loss here for the Patriots is kind of what they might need, to be honest with you. I think Bill Belichick taking a loss going to the playoffs, they're going to use that, and they're going to be a dangerous team. So I think the Dolphins actually win this game, and it's actually going to help the Patriots more in the playoffs, just because that's the type of program that they are.
Yeah, none of these teams can move up or down, either of these programs. So take it.
I think the same thing. I think that Patriots are locked in, but they always have trouble. Even when they had Tom Brady, they had trouble with the Dolphins. So they're going to come down here, come down south, mix it up, take the L, go in the playoffs, ready to rock and roll. Let's go Dolphins.
Oh, so you guys are both taking Dolphins?
Yep.
Y'all make it so easy for your boy. That's what happens when I'm in the 3rd spot. Y'all remember that play a few years ago with the Dolphins? They had the hook and ladder, and they had the lateral play, and then you got the running back running down the sideline for the Dolphins. You got big slow Gronk trying to catch him. He couldn't catch him, and the Dolphins win the game. Upset the Patriots at home here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. If any program, any coach, any franchise says they want to keep momentum, it is Bill Belichick. He ain't wasting too many Sundays. So you guys are going Dolphins. I'm going to take Patriots. Even though the Patriots have struggled in recent history going down south to Miami, I'm still going Patriots here to win. And I actually got them covering this number, which is 7. So Patriots win by a touchdown or more. All right, 2 more games left. We had the Seattle Seahawks, who looked incredible last week, but that's what happens when you play the lowly Detroit Lions. They scored 51 points last week. They are now on the road against the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, who looked absolutely great last week, even though they almost coughed it up at the end against the Cowboys. Cardinals here, they are 6.5-point favorites. 48 is the over-under. Going to get some trends here. Perfect. In this game, nothing on the spread, nothing on the straight outs, but the total has gone under in 5 of the last 6 games when this game is played in Arizona between these two teams. The total has also gone under in 4 of Arizona's last 5 games overall when they play the Seattle Seahawks. However, the total has gone over in 4 of Seattle's last 5 games overall. A lot of information. We'll take it for what it is. Let me see playoff stuff. Can the Cardinals do anything? No, they clinched their playoff spots. Are they good here? Seahawks, there's no way they can make the playoffs. So this is another game where win, lose, or draw, the teams are sticking with where they are.
Yeah, so this one, I'm actually gonna go Seattle on this. This one does have something to do with little players sitting out, and not necessarily on the offensive side, but I don't care who really Russ has around him. I mean, if he's playing against 2nd and 3rd string guys, he's gonna do well. So I mean, just from that point of view, I'm gonna go Seahawks on this one.
Not so fast, my friend. No.
Hey, you got to hit us one more time with your famous line, man. What if I told you?
Oh yeah, that's right. What if I told you that I actually Seahawks are a super trash fire. There's nothing that can be done about that. And I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say.
So you got
I'm
Cards.
gonna go Cards, and I'm gonna think is Russell Wilson gonna be the Seahawks quarterback next year?
No.
That's what I'm really trying to think about. Is this the end of an era? Is this gonna be the last Rusty Russ?
Yeah.
In the 12th man or whatever.
Sierra taking him somewhere else. We can't be in Seattle. We got too much gloriousness to be in Seattle. We're going somewhere else. They up out of there.
Well, I say Cards take the dub and Russ says goodbye.
Oh, the new Russell takes out the old Russell. I see what you did there.
Whoa.
What? Lil Kyler. Baby
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
We are on one tonight. All right. Yeah, so Seahawks, you're going with Kyle, and then Hicks, you're going with Cards. Do I have that right?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's so. Okay. I feel like this is going to be, I want to say this is going to be a good little battle. Like, I feel like the Cardinals actually have a lot to play for because they really need to keep some momentum because they had a terrible last month. Then they had a nice little win last week against the Cowboys. I think they kind of want to continue that. Clearly, the boys in Vegas feel the same way. Yet, Seattle Seahawks, in what could be not like Big Ben in terms of the emotional last game, but this could be a high emotional game when it comes to potentially Russ's last game. So I'm going to take the Seahawks against the number 6.5. And in terms of winning this matchup, I think Russ pulls one more trick, one more rabbit out of the hat, and he gets to win here. So I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks and Russell in his last game in Seattle, or for the Seahawks of Seattle. And I got them beating the Cardinals this week. Last matchup, our Sunday night game. We do not have a Monday night game, so this is the key marquee matchup here. We have the Chargers facing the Raiders, the old school little what is this, AFC West battle. Chargers on the road, they are 2.5 point favorites. 49 is the over under. Speaking of the over under, the total has gone over in 5 of the Chargers' last 5 games overall. However, in 4 of Vegas's last 5 games overall, the total has gone under, as well as the total has gone under in 7 of the Raiders' last 10 games when they play the Chargers. So 70% of the last 10 games of this matchup have gone under. The Chargers in their last 6 games on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders, they are 5-1 against the spread. In terms of playoff stuff, let me see. Chargers. Yes, Chargers. So Chargers, they clinch a playoff win if they win or tie. The Vegas Raiders, they need a lot more to happen. So Vegas, they clinch a playoff spot if they win. Okay. So perfect. So whoever wins this game, they're in the playoffs. If Vegas ties, they would need Indianapolis to lose to the Jaguars, or they would need the Colts to lose, and they would need Pittsburgh to lose if the Raiders lose as well. I know it's a lot of information, but basically if you win, you're in this matchup. So this is going to be a wonderful match. I'm definitely taking over here. Let's pick the winner, fellas.
Yeah, so this one, I think everyone's going to have the Chargers. I think most of money, I think everyone wants the Chargers to win this one. If you look at it on paper, if you look at, really just, honestly, I think this is a really interesting matchup because it's almost 2 of the exact opposite teams when it comes to like identity. I mean, when you think of the Chargers, you think of, sunshine, like, good vibe type of team, rah-rah type of thing. When you hear the Raiders, you think of, dark and just, hard-nosed football and a lot of drama and stuff like that. Saying that, so really, what's the type of guys that are going to be like, backs against the wall? That's the guys that I want. I gotta go the Raiders, man. I'm gonna go the Raiders. I think they get this dub, especially when it's win or go home legit for these 2 teams specifically. I think the Raiders pull something out of their hat and they get the dub.
It's the year of the young bucks. Justin Herbert gonna prove why do we talk about him different than we talk about the other quarterbacks? Just like Joe Burrow's been kind of proving that Justin Herbert, he gets a playoff win. He automatically leaps about 15 of your favorite quarterbacks because they can't get in there and get it dub. So Justin Herbert comes through, gets this dub, goes to the playoffs, gets a playoff dub. I'm going Chargers.
Wow. And I got laughed out of the room. I got laughed off of the Zoom when I said Herbert's going to be one of the top quarterbacks this year. But, I digress. Last time these two teams played in LA, Raiders had 14, the Chargers had 28. It was 21-0 at halftime. Third quarter, the Raiders made it a little more respectable. They made it 14-21, and then Chargers in the fourth quarter extended it out, finished the game with a touchdown, and they ended up winning by 2 scores. The Raiders are a team that I said would have an up year this year, and if they make the playoffs, that was definitely stock up. When no one thought they would be. Now, off the field stuff, they've had a year to forget, okay, to say the least. But a lot of that could be corrected with the Raiders winning this matchup. And I'm so glad Kyle said everybody and their mama will be taking the LA Chargers. Everybody want to crown Justin Herbert, and I like Herbert. Everybody want to just say, hey, Chargers win this game. This should be an easy dub. I don't see why they can't win this game and go right to the playoffs and have a traditional Chargers finish to their season when it comes to the playoffs, probably first round exit. I don't think they make it there. I'm going with the home team here. I'm going with the team. It's very hard to beat a team twice. Okay. It's very hard to beat a team twice, especially when you're playing at their crib. Vegas is really weird, really funky. A lot like LA. These places are not too far away from one another. It's probably about a 45-minute flight. It's really tricky to beat a team like the Raiders, especially when, look, any team that loses this game, they know they are done for the season. I think the Raiders want to continue playing. I think they want to get the stink off of their name and the stink off of their season. The best way to do that is to win this game, make the playoffs, and send one of your division foes home packing 1-2-3 Cancun. So I'm going with the Raiders here. I'm going with the Raiders to not only cover, I'm going with the Raiders to win. And if I have to put anything on it, I'm going with the Raiders to win by a touchdown at least. So rock with me on that one there. Derek Carr, please get it done. You haven't had the greatest of season, 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions against Justin Herbert's 35 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. That's crazy. He's got 14 more touchdown passes than Carr, but I think Carr has the last laugh in this matchup. And I'm going with the Raiders here to win in the black hole. And that will wrap it up for us. It is getting late, and I'm getting really hot in this booth. Like, I'm literally burning up, y'all. You guys have anything else you want to say to the people? Week 18, man. Playoffs right around the corner. We're going to look up. It's going to be Super Bowl week. And I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be missing you guys, man. But anything you guys want to say in week 18 as we prep for this last regular season week?
It was a good season to be an Eagles fan. Eagles clinched the playoff berth. Let's go. We got 3 first-round picks. Thank you, Carson Wentz, for playing all those games for the Colts. We're going to be back and ready next year with some more picks. We also thought our picks didn't pan out. But guess what? At the end of the year, they all started coming together. Devontae Smith started looking good. Last year's pick, Jalen Reagor, started looking good. Eagles going to come back. Let's get some defensive pass rush. Let's go ahead and get some veteran DBs so we don't draft any other silly DBs. And we're going to be back again next year ready to make another playoff run and get us another chip. Let's
Eagles,
go.
fly. Fly, Eagles, fly. Kyle, how you gonna top that?
Hey man, listen, I don't know if I can top that one, but I'll tell you right now, on a real, first off, thank you fans for listening. Second, Colts Nation out there, hey, we're here. We know what we got to do. All right, we put all of our faith into what this team can do. Not only us, not just Colts Nation, but we got an entire world, entire country behind our back. Hashtag thank you HBO Hard Knocks. And this is the team, all right? This is the team. We got the players. We got the culture. We got the coaches. Let's go ahead and make a run for it, all right? Let's do it. Appreciate y'all, and let's go Colts. I'll see you on the playoffs.
Hey, Antonio Brown, if you need a home next year, come out to the Detroit Lions. We will let you walk off once a month. We don't care, okay? We'll take whatever. We'll do whatever you need, all right? Call my people, and we'll get it done. Wonderful year, you guys. We're not done just yet. Week 18, again, it feels really weird to say that, but I'm happy we're able to say it because that means more football for us great football fans. You guys continue to support us, continue to like, share, subscribe. Yes, we're begging, but I ain't too proud to beg. I once heard that, and I'm gonna live by it. I ain't too proud to beg. Definitely like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. The Coach T NBA show is starting this week, so be on the lookout for that. We still got our the Coach T college football show still going with Mook. That's been great. We're gonna recap some of the college football playoff games, some of those matchups. Obviously, we'll talk about the national title game, which is gonna be a monster of a game. In the NFL with my boys Kyle and Hicks. Playoffs right around the corner, man. So I'm excited to see how the season ends, the regular season, and I'm excited to see who makes the playoffs this week. It's nut cutting time, as coaches say. So you either gonna step up, you're gonna put up, or shut up this week. So get it done. The teams that I said we're gonna win, get it done. Teams I'm rooting for, get it done. Other teams, I hope you go home. You in Cancun, you have fun, man. You gotta enjoy it because it's gonna be a long off season if you don't make the playoffs. But some make it, some don't, man. Only 12 teams make it, and hopefully the teams that make it, they earn it this weekend. They deserve it. You guys work hard and give us a very entertaining and exciting last NFL regular season. So from us to you, this is me, Coach T. Continue to show us love, and we'll keep bringing you that funk. Peace. All right, fellas, get some sleep. Peace out.
Hey, where you guys go?
Yeah. Yep.
Terrence, who'd you pick between Titans and Texans?
Titans.
Okay. And then Hicks, you picked the Steelers, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Who do Steelers play? Steelers play
Ravens.
Steelers have
Ravens.
Browns,
Yes.
or the Ravens, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of divisional games. I like how they do that for the last week.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I will see you guys later then.
Yeah, send those pics to me when you
All right,
can.
yeah, I'll do it right now.
And where you vacationing at? Where you going Thursday?
Tennessee. I'm going to Tennessee. I will be there from the 7th. Well, I'm leaving on the 7th till the 13th.
Ooh, you gonna be somewhere for this game? It's not that big of a game though.
Yeah, no, I think I'll just be chilling. Really, we're going in like a giant Airbnb cabin in like
you told me that.
Yeah, so I'll basically just be hitting the nature all week.
Hey, bro, you're gonna be out. If you can get a chance, I told you this. The Nashville hot chicken sandwiches. They got them everywhere. Find a good spot. The Nashville hot. It's a spicy hot chicken, but it's good, man. They have it everywhere at least in Nashville. So they got to have it somewhere in Tennessee and other spots. But enjoy, man.
I'll say this, they're Samoan, so they love to eat. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, I love that. I need to hang out I need to do that, man.
Hey, anytime, man. Anytime you in town, hit me up. You got a hot plate for it.
We'll do. All right, fellas, y'all be good, man. Get some rest.
Yep. All right, I'll see you.
All right, peace.